out of the original crew. That was taken in 1944 in Davis Mountain Field.
We lost this guy before we went overseas, this guy, and picked up another fellow who was not on the picture.
And the radio operator we can't find, and the navigator died about 4 years ago.
And the fellow that replaced this guy we can't find, but the rest of us are here.
I told you the pilot and co-pilot, there they are, they're standing over there.
Where's your dad?
Right there. My dad is right there. So we're going to get these guys lined right up in front of this from the same angle and in the same position, and just kind of leave a vacancy where the guys are not here and take the picture again. So it'll be an interesting comparsion. This is one of the guys that flew with my dad right here. Both of these guys, there's 7 guys here from my dad's original crew. And that's his, last night they acknowledged that was the most of any crew they think that was here. There's 7 of them out of his crew. Pilot and co-pilot are standing over there shaking hands right in front of the plane right now. The guy with the white hat and the guy with the green cap. That was when Dad's pilot and co-pilot. This right here was a waist gunner, top turret gunner part-time. This guy here was a nose gunner. And Bombardiers walking around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Dad was flight engineer, and I don't know what happened to them. They got cut off on the bus behind us, and him and Bruno. Bruno was a tail gunner. And they're supposed to be here with us too. I still don't see them yet.
That's 46. Yeah. This is a boss man.
Yeah. I wasn't much of a boss man.
I thought of next.
Oh, yes, you were.
Are we supposed to?
Feel they have everybody here today.
That feels wonderful. We have 7 of our old crew here today. The first time we've seen each other in 46 years.
You haven't seen any of these guys?
Well, I've seen a couple of them. I've seen Joe and the bombardier Freddie Brom, who is not right here at the moment, but for the 7, it's the first time in 46 years. A very emotional time.
Well, when was the last time you were all together? What were you doing?
We were together in 1945 at the end of the war, and we flew our last mission probably in about April of 1945, I suppose.
In April, and I looked at data. It was April of 20.
And then we didn't.
The last mission that our group flew, but we flew.
So what was your most dangerous mission together?
Well, I think possibly, and they may disagree with me, but we flew a mission to Dortmund, Germany, in the Ruhr Valley that was especially difficult. We lost a couple of engines, as I recall, and went into a base on the English coast, and not our home base. It was snowing, and we accidentally feathered another engine that we shouldn't have. So we didn't have much left, did we, Harry?
That was oversight. He feathered the wrong engine, but we was rounding out our glide and made it in perfect.
It was really, I've only been scared 3 times in my life. That was once. Another time was when my glass was empty. And then another time I was contemplating a full night's sleep. But no, we were scared all the time, really. At least I was.
Yes, I'd hate to tell you just how scared I was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to give you that list yet, too, Joe.
Look at this. I found this just before I left. My brother wrote this down. That's the list of our 27 missions. But I was surprised when we flew on 3-1, 3-3, 3-8, 3-9, 3-10, 3-12, 3-20, 3-22, and 3-24.
Yeah, we did fly a lot then. Weather got good.
Number 6. Yeah. Here comes who we're looking for. Oh, God, you hear that?
You're going to have to engineer this.
Joe Weckesser, nose gunner.
Tail gunner. Bruno Gora, tail gunner.
Fred Wilsdorf, engineer.
I'm Hal Henson. I was top turret gunner.
Fred Braun, bombardier.
Harry Hodges, co-pilot.
Cliff Simonson, pilot.
Thank you.
What's that going to be on tonight?
I was flying waste until then.
Yeah, let's please.
When Fred was top there.
You fell badly in love.
I believe Joe said he moved to waste. I don't remember. I believe I'm right. I flew 17 missions in the waste.
When I left, Joe moved up to the military.
Yeah. Yeah. But he flew that then, and for 17 missions I was in the waste. But then we made that to lead. After that time, then I moved to top turret. Fred just moved in on the flight deck.
Yeah,
He was in on the flight
Life easy.
yeah.
A little activity.
Yeah, live. I came back home about 6 days after. I remember.
Yeah. She was nice then.
I think these things are better left unsaid, actually.
What do you do now? What did you do after the war?
Well, I stayed in the Air Force for 26 years. And then when I retired from the Air Force in 1967, I went to a bank in Los Angeles and worked for another 16 years. Now I'm totally retired.
What about you, Mr. Hodges?
I grow Vidalia sweet onions. I live in Vidalia, Georgia. A great day for me this month.
He talks funny, too.
Can you tell I'm from the South?
And after I was discharged, I went to work for my family firm, the Weckeser Brick Company, and sold brick for 45 years, and now retired.
What does it mean to you to come to one of these reunions?
It's pretty intense. All my life, you hear the stories about it, and he's got the old pictures and memoirs stored away, and you look through them and you wonder about it. And I've never seen a 24 up close until I was here, so it's an intense experience, if you will.
How does it make you feel about your dad?
Feelings don't really change any. What's the special part about it is being able to meet the guys that he flew with, the guys that he's told me so much about. That being 7 of the crew, the original crew here, as you can imagine, there's quite a few reminiscent tales to tell. A lot more than I've ever heard him tell. You ask him a lot of questions about it like I have all my life, and it's you never can get him to open up and talk as much about it. I guess in the lack of the company that he shared this with. And so yesterday evening when we were all sitting around in the hotel room, had all 7 of them in there, it went on for an hour or two. And the things I heard there, some of them I've never heard before. So it was some of the intense experiences that they shared, it's hard to imagine.
Tell me the one thing you're going to tell your children about their grandfather in the war.
You try to portray the significance of the role that they played. With the recent euphoria over the success of Project Desert Storm, it's nice to see the patriotism renewed in the country, and I think it's important for them to understand the role of the veterans of World War II, and try to imagine the significance of how it would be had they had not played the role they did. The world as you know it would not be the same, and if you think about how significant that is, so all the veterans, not only the Army Air Corps, the Marines, the Navy, the whole 9 yards, deserve our admiration and respect, and generations that will be born in years to come will always be in their debt for the lifestyle they will inherit. So.
Your name is Terry Wilsdorf.
Right, I'm the second son.
That's north.
I'm going to get in that turret now, okay?
Okay. Yeah. You go get it.
When you get in a turret, holler.
Who's going to get him out?
That's right. Who's going to get you out?
Get you out.
Hey, good.
I look at the tail gun. I don't think he could get in there now.
I don't think he could. I asked Terry and I went through it together. He said,
How about that stop there?
Right. I can't figure out how anybody gets in the ball turn in the belly.
well, I asked Joe because he flew it. When we were training, he flew it. And that thing, you let those that thing rotate over.
I said, come on over.
Oh, I see. Door you open. Oh, down in there.
How you get to that?
Joe,
What was that?
Yeah.
This is where you sit, right?
Terry,
You think you could get in there now?
Yeah, I bet.
Terry was interested in how you got into that ball curve.
Oh, yeah, well, there was like a hedge on the top of the ball. They had to have your guns turned straight down. They went in the hedge and then you closed the hedge on top of you. You were all curled up. Your feet were right out alongside, your legs were right out alongside the two 50 caliber machine guns, you know. And your scope was in the center and so were your triggers.
Right out front where it counts. Fred was down here. Joey was up there.
But then Dix must have been down here, right, Fred?
Yeah, well, Dix was right back in here.
Dix was a navigator.
Yeah.
This was the navigator's window up here.
Yeah. But that was his compartment pretty well.
I see.
Yeah.
No, he was a waste gunner.
Yeah. Y'all seen Fred?
Andy Lowe's up there.